Most kids spend their childhoods learning how to share toys. But some kids, they spend theirs learning how to manage their parents' emotions, pay the bills, or keep the peace during a blowout fight. If you were the kid who was told you were so mature for your age, I have some bad news. That wasn't a compliment. It was a survival tactic. Today, we're looking at why being a perfect child often leads to being a broken adult. And no, your stick figure therapist isn't going to charge you by the hour for this one.
In psychology, we call this parentification. It's a fancy word for a simple yet heavy reality. The roles were flipped. Instead of the parent providing emotional or physical security, the child stepped up to fill the gap. This happens in a few ways. Maybe you were the emotional anchor for a lonely parent. Maybe you were the one cleaning the house and making dinner because nobody else would. Or maybe you were the negotiator, trying to stop the fighting before it started. You didn't do it because you wanted to. You did it because the family system would have collapsed if you didn't.
Growing up too fast creates a very specific superpower: hypervigilance. You became an expert at reading the room. You could tell by the sound of a key in the front door exactly what kind of mood your parent was in. You learned to suppress your own needs, your hunger, your sadness, your playfulness, to make sure you didn't add more stress to the environment. You became a human thermostat, constantly adjusting yourself to keep everyone else at a comfortable temperature. Here's the catch. You can't just turn that superpower off when you turn 18. As an adult, this often shows up in three ways. 1. The fixer. You're drawn to people who are projects. If someone has their life together, you're bored. If they're a mess, you're in love. 2. The guilt trip. You feel physically uncomfortable when you aren't being productive. Relaxing feels like a crime because, as a kid, doing nothing felt dangerous. 3. The wall. You're hyper-independent. Your motto is, I'll just do it myself. Because when you were small, you learned that you couldn't actually rely on anyone else. If this sounds like you, first, I'm sorry you had to be so brave so early. But here's the good news. You don't have to be the manager of the world anymore. Healing usually starts with allowing yourself to be bad at things. Allow yourself to be messy. Allow yourself to say, that's not my problem to fix. It's okay to put down the heavy backpack. You've carried it long enough. If you felt seen by this video, you aren't alone. There's a whole community of former gifted kids and little adults right here in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe so we can keep figuring out our brains together. I'll see you in the next one.